Welcome back. You're watching Closing Bell. This is our Friday favorite segment. Did you know about a company that trades at an 85% discount to its investment value and hasn't paid any dividends in the last 10 years? Varinder Bansal joins us to tell us why this company caught its eye. Varinder, I'm guessing one of the reasons why it trades at such a big discount is that it hasn't paid any dividends in the last 10 years.
Well, hit the nail on the head, and that is one of the reasons why we are covering this company. There are so many investment companies which are there, on trading on the exchanges. Some of them have actually, trimmed down the discount from 80-90% to 50-60%, but few of the companies are still trading in discount. And the reason I want to point out this company is that even in spite of that 85-86% of discount post the date, this company is still trading at that discount because from the last 10-12 years, there's no dividend which is paid by the company, or you are not rewarding the shareholders. So let me take you, towards the company. The name of the company is Williamson Magor Company, established in 1949 under the name of McNeil and Berry, probably the oldest company or the pioneer in the tea industry business. But right now, they are the only, pure investment company of BM Khaitan Group, the principal business of investment and lending of the company. If you look at the balance sheet, this is a very small cap company with a market cap of only 70 crores. The total value of investment is nearly 660 crores. But you got to watch out for the debt, which is very important because they have a long-term debt of 45 crores, short-term debt of nearly 100 crores. So even if you remove 150 crores, which is the long-term and short-term debt, the value of investment still remains around 500 crores. And the stock, as I said, is trading around 85% discount to that investment value. So even if you calculate a simple mathematics, for that 515 crores investment, you will see that the actual value of the stock should be around 470 rupees. I'll ask request my producer to get the stock price in front of you, which last time I checked was around 65 rupees per share, and the actual value of the stock as per the investment should be 470 rupees per share. If you give a 20% discount, it should be 375, a 40% discount 280, 60% discount 185, 80% discount, it should be 95, but the stock is still trading below those levels. Now, what are they holding? This is the good thing, or the investment value of the company. They have nearly 23.4% of Eveready Industries. The value of that is nearly 340 crores. This company owns 10.5% of McLeod Russell India. The value of that is nearly 265 crores. These are the two biggest investments. They also have nearly 10.23% of McNally Bharat for nearly 30 crores and nearly 33% stake in Kilburn Engineering, which is again 20 crores. But the biggest chunk comes from Eveready Industries and McLeod Russell. Financials is nothing because it's a holding company. So if you just see they have been earning, they have been reporting total income, but that is primarily because of the fund investments, interest income coming in operations for the company. And they reported a loss last year, and they haven't been doing much in terms of financials if you have to watch out for. But what is the bad thing about the company, or thing why this huge discount is still prevalent in this company? This company hasn't paid any dividends since the last 10-12 years. You look at the dividend income received by this company in the last 5 years because of the investments done in all these companies. Look at FY14. This company received nearly 8.5 crores, as dividend income from other companies. 7.5 crores in FY13, 8.5 crores in FY12, 6.5 crores in FY11, 3.5 crores in FY10. But they haven't paid anything to shareholders. The dividend policy has been so bad. So the market is still continuing with that 85-90% discount to the investments what they hold, and hasn't been looking at this.
What explains their debt, Varinder?
Sorry?
What explains their debt?
They have debt of nearly 150 crores, which they fund to other group companies. In the balance sheet, they clearly say that they are also into the business of funding funding of loans to various other companies. So that 150 crore debt remains in the books, which is used for intra-group companies. Sometimes they give loan to those companies, but that remains as...
And what is the shareholding pattern of this company? Do we know, Varinder? Is there a lot of institutional presence?
No. It's 62% held by the promoters, 2.5% held by LSE, and just scattered all over with the retail investors. Okay, now it's interesting because ever since you started speaking, the stock started moving up, and I think it's now hit upper circuit, as Hassan was just pointing out to us on our earpieces. So even though the fact that they haven't paid dividends in the last 10 years, that hasn't discouraged any of our viewers who are watching and have noticed that it trades
at an 85% discount to investment value and therefore have moved the stock up. Look at, just turn around, Varinder, look at that stock.
No, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that
stock
there,
chart behind you. Yeah.
And the volumes are just spiking up. 29,000 shares.
Yeah, and we must point out this is after you started speaking, not before you started
Yeah,
speaking.
this is up. You can see that.
Yeah.
The stock's been doing nothing for the better part of the day and then suddenly moved up as Varinder was talking. Did you manage to reach them and find out why this no dividend policy?
I wasn't able to reach
They don't
them,
seem to have much money, though. I mean, 8 crores is not much to sort of distribute, right?
Yeah.
No, but even 8 crores because the company's total market cap is 60 crores. If you remove 61% to the promoters, so you're left with only 30 crores. So even if you give 5, 10, 15, 20% dividend as a policy, consistent policy is good. I want to point out few companies which we have covered, these investment companies, and they are companies with consistent dividend policy, and the market has actually rewarded them. Look at the companies like Bombay Burma, Kalyani Steel, BF Investments, Summit Securities. These are kind of companies where you're seeing some dividend policy with these companies. But the reason we wanted to point is not because the huge investment gap what is there in this company.
In the valuation gap, you mean?
Or the valuation gap or the investment discount what is there in this stock. But the important is the dividend policy. That is the bigger measure for most of these investment companies because they don't follow a consistent dividend policy and which is actually not good for any shareholder.
And which probably explains why they're trading at such a wide discount.
Wide discount. Because I think it's important to point out to our viewers that it pays no dividends. So if you're holding on to the stock, what is the unlocking of value in a holding company?
Right? In any holding company, it's very unlikely. It's a once-in-a-lifetime instance where they might sell off any of the investments that they have. Yeah. So you're waiting for a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow.
Which may not exist.
No, with the monsoons away for at least 5 years or 10 years from now, right?
But there are many big groups, having these investment companies. Look at Baba Kalyani Group. They have BF
these are all holding
Kalyani
companies, right? They all are, promoters / holding companies.
Yeah, but what's in it for a shareholder? Only dividends.
But the point is that if you're investing in these investment companies, at least you should get dividend because
it's a yield play.
It's
a yield play. It has to be a yield play. And if you're not getting that yield, then what are you getting? You're not going to wait for 10, 15 years if and when this company might ever sell any of its investments and then choose to distribute cash, right?
I agree.
Okay.
Well, there was an example of Kirloskar Brothers Investment Company, and I still remember that stock was trading around some 800,000, and they once decided that whatever shareholding is there in the investment company in the same ratio, it will be allocated to all the shareholders, and that stock went up nearly 3.5 times, and that was a policy, what the management of Kirloskar Brothers decided, that if someone is holding into investment company, they are actually shareholders of the respective underlying asset as well.
Okay. Interesting. Well, this company doesn't seem to believe that
at this point. And one company which has been Kalyani Investments, can we just pull that up because that is a company that, and this is, I'm not using this as an example to say that this is what's going to happen in this case as well. When Varinder first covered this one, did you know it had a market cap of about 200 crores, Varinder?
Yes.
And today it's got a market cap of 740 crores.
No, but again, this company is paying dividends. They have something as a dividend policy. That is why.
We're not comparing this with
Williamson
and Magor.
All right. Great find, Varinder, as always. Thank you very much for joining us. That was our Friday favorite segment, Did You Know?